Cannot even pretend that I give or gave Stephen Miller's video an opportunity to make sense. And it's directly related to the fact that every time he opens his mouth, I'm well aware that a grift is about to happen.
I will say and I will do things that no one else in their right mind would say or do.
This is raw Marxism. It's taking the principles of Marxism and merging them with the left's new ideology of critical race theory and gender theory to create this uniquely poisonous and toxic ideology.
And of course, he didn't fail. This ridiculous man's use of Marxism in this manner reminds all of us a couple of things. One, whenever his mouth is moving, he's probably speaking about something he knows nothing about. And two, without a doubt, this idea that the left traded Marxism in for race politics is so ahistorical that none of us can believe that it ever happened. First, a quick touch on Marxism. It is absolutely beyond time for us, all of us, to stop pretending that Marxism as a theory is at all wrong when the implications of the school of thought were plain, completely plain, and spelled out exactly what we're living. The tales of human histories, this is what Marx taught, the tales of human histories are all class warfare. Those with access to capital use said resources to exploit those without. The fact that Karl Marx articulated this thought was unlimited in its accuracy, especially as we see so many Americans with so much wealth exploiting, living off the labor of others with no application for themselves.
Am I the only one who is sick and tired of being told to pick up my trash when we have plenty of janitors who are paid to do it for us?
Let's even consider the fact that Stephen Miller actually worked for Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a prime example of the horrors of capitalism. Trump did nothing to occupy the spaces that he found himself in. His life is a huge exploitation of people with lesser means. The many lawsuits from contractors for not being paid, the lawsuits about housing discrimination against Black people, the ability to buy politicians and even become one are all problems when our economic system is revolving and built to revolve around capital. Those who are not applying or working for the labor becomes the exploiter of those who have labor. And those of us who are laboring are only left to work for a wage, most of the time a low wage. Poverty is the byproduct of capitalism, for it is not the business of businesses to ensure that their workers have a livable wage or healthy lives. No, it's not. It is only the business of businesses to ensure they turn a profit and make money for its shareholders. Inequality is a byproduct of capitalism. Hell, global warming and the harms against Earth are both byproducts of capitalism. So when you hear Miller and the likes attacking and claiming that race politics are being used as the new Marxism, please remember all of these things coupled with the fact that it was the white nationalists in this country who, since this country has been founded, have been using race as a blunt political force. And it is well documented, starting with slavery, then the Civil War was a race issue, then Jim Crow, continued with the separate but equal doctrine in Plessy versus Ferguson. California's governor, Ronald Reagan, when he passed the Munford Act to restrict Black Panthers' right to own guns with the help of the NRA. These are all acts where you see conservative white nationalists using race as a blunt object to do nothing other than subjugate the least amongst us. So we need to not be fooled when we hear these folks show up in the world like Stephen Miller. And we also need to know that they're not in alliance, not even with poor white neo-Nazi whites, unless it benefits their purse. And when it does benefit their purse, they'll exploit them too for votes, for numbers, so as to pretend that they have power. But that's not real power. That's perceived power. Real power is when we defeat this way of thinking. I am Mondale Robinson. This is Rebel HQ. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening, but not before you think about it.